Hello and welcome to another new build DIY video. So today, quickly want to try and get the alarm up and running. The house currently has a system in, but it's not that good of a system really. So it's very basic. So I just wanted to upgrade it and get it installed. I'm still feeling a bit under the weather, so please excuse the grogginess. But yeah, so what we've got is a Texecom Premier Elite alarm system. I've got Pyronics, PIRs, and door contacts for the doors and garage door contacts. I've got a bell box, I've got a keypad, a flush mounted one. So I'll take you through the kit now and we'll get it changed over and try and explain the process. This is the first time I've ever done an alarm, so hopefully it'll be straightforward. I've looked through the programming guides and it does look pretty easy, so we'll just see how we get on and take you along for the ride. So yeah, let's go and check out the kit and see what we've got. So this is the kit. So what we've got is the Texecom Premier Elite 24 panel. I've gone for the metal case, just a bit more secure. It's in the garage, you see, so I just want it to be secure. We've got Pyronics MEQ PIRs. I've heard good things about them, so thought I'd use them with this system and they'll match with the blue colouring. Yeah. Then we've got the flush Texecom panel and the back box, so I need to cut that into the wall. Then we have a battery, door contacts, 2 garage door contacts, and then this smart comm so we can have it on the alarm on the access remotely via the phone. And then we have the Odyssey backlit bell box. So the first job I need to do is identify what wires run to which zone in the house, so to the PIRs. So the bell box,
at this point I just want to point out that's a control panel,
so
not a bell box.
I'll get that removed and I'm going to continuity test every single cable, make a note of what goes where, and then that'll allow me to decide what zones I want on the new system. And then I'm only temporarily going to connect things up, like the bell box. I don't have any ladders to hand at the moment, so I can't get the bell box up. So I'll just wire that in the garage, and then at least it'll go off still, should anything happen. So yeah, I'll take you along for the ride and hope it helps. So to identify the cables, this is what I've done. So I've got a multimeter which is in the garage. I'll just show you what I've done initially. But as you can see, where are we? About there, that's where the PIR used to be. So what I've done, take the PIR down and then I've picked 2 colours. So I've gone for the red and black. I've twisted them together to make a loop, and then when we go back into the garage, that's when I can use the multimeter on continuity test and just make sure that it creates a circuit or a loop and proves the cable. I've disconnected every other PIR too, so I won't get a false reading, if you like. So if you look here, you can just see it there, the red and black there. I've just twisted them, so they're touching. So when we're going to should be the other end of the cable. As you can see, I've already checked this one. I marked it up lounge. So if we pick the red, and it's a bit awkward because I'm trying to film at the same time. If we put the black one on there, let's see if I can hold that, and then you'll get a buzzing noise. And then what I do is check it again, disconnect it and check it again, and just make sure that we've lost it, and it just proves it. I'm in from a few days in the future. Got a bit waylaid with doing the alarm. Other jobs and things like that, so managed to time lapse it. So I'll stick this in before. So what we've done so far is we've removed the PIR and the existing panel. I checked tested all the cables continuity wise, just to figure out what cable went where, identified them, and then that allowed me to then decide what PIRs I want, including on the new alarm, and then what I need to add to the new system. So you see that now. Quick job, but it was needed.
removed, I then moved on to the panel. Fitting the new panel, I had to cut away some existing plasterboard just to make it fit, and then mount it to the wall, just using general wall fixings, good quality wall fixings at that, because I have found that the cheaper ones will just pull out the wall if they've got a screw in them or not. So that was the next job, which you will see now. So it's another day on the alarm, and I'm just trying to run the wire for the bell box. So on Instagram, quite a few people ask me what I use for running wires or cables or whatever. And what I'm using today is something called a cable tong, and basically it's like the rods, but it goes around corners. Now, when I turn the camera around, I'll show you how useful these are, because people don't get the grips of them or understand what they are just by looking at it. So I'll turn the camera around, show you now, and yeah, this is a good example of how useful they are. So as you can see here, I've had to chop out the wall, but this is the cable tong, and that is going down into the garage. So if I pull this up now, keep it coming. And there you go. So we've got the cable in here from the garage. So I'll go down to the garage and show you where it's down in the garage. I had to chop out a bit of the ceiling, but the cable's there, and that's the other end of it. So what I'll do is I'll run this into the alarm box, and yeah, that hopefully will be his new bell box wire. And at the start of this video, I know I mentioned temporarily fixing everything. So what I did is, to get the alarm working, I mounted the bell box in the garage. I also ran the keypad cable, just loosely cable tying it across the garage. I know, not perfect, but it got it working for now, and it served a purpose. Fast forward a few days, I managed to get some time, and I've actually mounted the bell box. I'll put a picture in. I didn't get any footage of that, but the bell box is up. A bit tricky with the house being a stone built house. Meant chiseling it so it was flat, so it mounted all right, and then I managed to run the cable up, which you will see after this, and then connect it all up and program. To replace the PIRs, as I've mentioned earlier, I went for the Pyronics MEQ. Really simple. I went for the resistor tamper setup. It's worth a bit of research if that's what you're thinking of going for. But yeah, nice little neat PIRs, and they do the job. With it all installed, it were time to power the panel up. First time programming an alarm. Excuse the echoing, I'm in the entranceway. But yeah, all the programming was done from the keypad, which you can see there, and quite straightforward. I followed the Texecom installation instructions. They sort of followed on, but I think you need to have an understanding of the alarm system for it to make sense.
I think the key thing for me was understanding the definitions. So things like which zone you wanted as a guard, which zone you wanted as an entry with timers, things like that. So I think if I was going to give any advice, it would be to understand the definitions, and the Texecom app was brilliant for that, to be fair. And that's what I did first. And then the rest of the program just sort of followed sequence, and it was very straightforward and a bit easier than I did anticipate, because I weren't sure how hard it was going to be. So the alarm's up and running. I know this video's a bit all over the place, quite difficult, being ill, moving house, loads of jobs, leaks everywhere, having to fix, so I was a bit here, there and everywhere. But I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do, and please stay tuned for more videos to come in the future. We've got a few jobs upcoming, CCTV to install, and then we start looking at making the house a bit more presentable and tidying up a bit. So I'll take you along for the ride, interesting or not. So thanks for watching. Cheers.